Cece Loves Science by Kimberly Durding and Sheila Johans. Illustrations by Vashti Harrison. Cece loved to ask questions. Her mother said her first word was what? Her father said it was how. But her favorite question was, I wonder. You would be a great scientist, Cece, her teacher, Miss Curry, said, because science is all about asking questions. Do fish ever get thirsty, Cece wanted to know. They do, said Miss Curry. Do hummingbirds really hum? The sound comes from their wings, said Miss Curry. What if we all jumped at the same time? Would the earth move? Good question, said Miss Curry. I think we should investigate. Miss Curry told Cece and her friends about famous scientists from history, such as Carolyn Herschel, Thomas Edison, George Washington Carver, and Jane Goodall. She also introduced them to many different kinds of science. Geology is the study of the earth. Biology is the study of living things. Etymology is the study of bugs. One day, Miss Curry told everyone to pair up. For our next project, I'd like you to pick a science you're curious about and come up with a question to investigate, she said. Cece and her best friend Isaac were a team. They both loved zoology, which is the study of animals. Now, they just needed to think of an interesting question. First, they brainstormed with a bunch of ideas. Science is all about possibilities. Is a bear ticklish? Cece asked. Do you really want to find out? Asked Isaac. Do pigs know when they're smelly? Cece asked. Only a pig can answer that, Isaac said. Keep thinking, said Miss Curry. A scientist thinks outside the box and never gives up. That night at dinner, Cece was explaining the project to her parents when her dog Einstein jumped up and started eating the food right off her plate. Einstein, down, said Cece's mother. Cece giggled. Her plate was licked clean, except for the broccoli. Look what Einstein did, she said. I guess neither one of you like your vegetables, her father laughed. This observation gave Cece a great idea. Einstein could be their science project. Cece called Isaac. I've got it. Let's find out if dogs eat vegetables. Cool, said Isaac. Cece couldn't wait to get started. The next day after school, Cece and Isaac headed straight to Cece's lab to work on their project. What do we do first? Asked Isaac. Let's observe our subject, Cece said. Observation. Doggy treats guarantee 100% participation, said Cece. Excellent data, said Isaac. Isaac and Cece watched Einstein eat. They watched him drink. They even watched Einstein sleep. Sometimes science was all about waiting and waiting and waiting for something really cool to happen. From our observation, we know that Einstein loves to eat kibble and doggy treats, Cece said. Now we need to investigate our question, said Isaac. Do dogs eat vegetables? Well, I already know Einstein doesn't like broccoli, Cece said. I don't either. Let's test some different vegetables, said Isaac. It's experiment time, said Cece. Finally. Cece and Isaac tried carrots, beans, and cucumbers. Einstein stuck up his nose at each one. What if we disguise the vegetables with bacon and ketchup? Isaac asked. This time, Einstein was interested. He ate the bacon and he licked the ketchup off the vegetables. Well, we know he likes bacon and ketchup, said Cece. Well, what if we just mix up the vegetables with his kibble? Asked Isaac. I bet he won't even know the difference. Einstein ate all of his kibble but left the vegetables in the bottom of his bowl. Einstein might not eat vegetables, but he sure is smart, said Cece. Cece gave Einstein a treat and rubbed his ears. Good boy, she said. She looked at Isaac and shrugged. Now what? We're supposed to interpret our data, said Isaac. Einstein definitely loves to eat, said Cece. He sure doesn't like broccoli, said Isaac. He doesn't like any vegetables, added Cece. Not even if we cover them in bacon and ketchup, said Isaac. I guess Einstein is a picky eater, Cece said. That night at dinner, Cece was so disappointed she didn't even finish her dessert. Maybe I'm not a real scientist after all, she said. Our project was boring. I thought you asked a great question, her dad said. Einstein put his paws on the table and sniffed Cece's banana split. Einstein, Cece giggled. Naughty puppy. Her mother laughed and pulled Einstein away. Well, he may not eat vegetables, she said, but he sure likes bananas. That's when Cece remembered something Miss Curry always said. Scientists think outside the box. What if we created a special recipe using bananas, she asked. Cece and Isaac rushed home after school the next day and mixed together carrots, beans, cucumbers, and bananas in a blender. Are those still vegetables? Asked Isaac. Yep, said Cece. They're just in a different form. Ooh, gross, said Isaac, wrinkling up his nose. Cece poured the mixture into Einstein's bowl. How about a special smoothie, she said, patting him on the head. At first, Einstein looked confused. He circled the bowl. He sniffed the bowl. Then he got down on his belly and he wagged his tail. And then he slurped down the entire thing. Look, he loves it, said Isaac. In science, not all results are totally predictable. Einstein does eat vegetables when we mix them with bananas, said Cece. And that's when Cece made the most extraordinary observation of all. Science isn't just about asking questions. Real scientists have fun finding the answers too. I hope you enjoyed Cece Loves Science, and I hope that you learned to love science too. Have a nice day, boys and girls.